All right, so the last thing that we are going to look at here is how to create a GitHub Pages website from an existing repository that you have in your GitHub account. The main thing you are going to want in your project, if it's going to be a GitHub site, is a file called index.html that is the main route that the page will load when you visit that. All right, so with my index.html created, that's what I need in order to turn this into a very, very simple website. So to do that, I'm going to go up to the settings menu here. And then settings has a lot of different things related to your repo, most of which you don't need to pay too much attention to. Lots of things you can explore, and as you learn more about how the repos work, lots of things you can turn on and off, but the defaults are fine for most people. When we're making a GitHub Pages site, we go down here to the left in this general settings section down to where it says pages. When we click pages, you'll see that it's going to tell me up at the top that I need to either upgrade or make this repository public if I want to enable a pages-based site. And that's fine. I'm okay with this being public. If I didn't want this to be a public repository, I would need to upgrade and pay them money, but I'm okay with that not being the case. So I'm going to go back to my General tab so I can change visibility. I scroll all the way down to the bottom and I have this what's called the danger zone, because these are things that can break or compromise your site if you don't know what you're doing, if you do something wrong. I'm going to click the change visibility. You'll see the only option I have is to change to public. I click that. It first warns me or gives me a prompt. I want to make this repository public. I click on that, and it's going to tell me what the ramifications of making this public are. And that's fine. I'm going to say I have read and understand these. I click OK. I click the red button to confirm that I for sure want this to be public. And now it is public. I go back down to my pages here, and you'll see that I now have the warning is gone, and now I have this build and deployment section here. So basically, I can choose what the source of my page will be. For the most part, you're almost certainly going to be wanting to use deploy from a branch, because that will use the branches in your repo right now. Currently, the branch selected is none, so I'm going to choose none, and I'm going to change this to main, which is the main folder in the repo that will have all of my website content in it there. So I'm going to go ahead and click save. And you'll see that the pages source has been saved, and I now have a live GitHub Pages site that I can see when I visit my project here. So I've gone back to my main repo here, the main homepage for that, and you'll see I have a link now in the bottom right that says deployments, and that's a GitHub Pages deployment. I click that. It's showing me where the site lives, and so right now you'll see that it is deployed at my GitHub username.github.io with a slash of my repo name. I click that, and you'll see I now have the very basic website that I created in that index.html file that is live for the world here. Pretty exciting stuff.